Dr. Deb Butler, and you are listening to Thinner Peace in Menopause and Beyond. This is episode number 277. Welcome to Thinner Peace in Menopause and Beyond. This is Dr. Deb Butler, Master Life and Weight Coach, and as always, your coach. If you're a woman and you're smart and you're successful and you've been struggling with weight your whole life, and now menopause is making it harder than ever, and you are ready to make this the last time you ever have to go on a diet again, then this podcast is for you. Stay tuned. Well, hello, all my dear friends. How are you today? Oh my gosh, I have had such a wonderful weekend again because I have now created a time where I go away for a couple days away from my house and go to a bed and breakfast with my husband. I told you about this a little bit ago, but it's really been wonderful to kind of create something that's been different than what I've been doing before, a way to get away and be romantic, and I'm just loving it. And I hope that you, as the lockdown is lightening up, hopefully, that you too are creating some new types of events for yourself, a way to take time for yourself, to take time to be with your loved ones, to create a kind of life that you want. And being with lockdown being over, almost over, hopefully over, what do you want to be doing and how do you want to be feeling? So I was talking to a client today. I talk in the morning to my clients. I love my morning calls with my clients. And one of my most beloved, I always have these most beloved clients. I love all of them so much. I just can't tell you. Every time I think about what I do compared to what I did, who are probably listening in your 50s, when I was in my 50s, I had a totally different life. I had a mortar and stone office, a pretty big chiropractic office that I owned and operated with my husband. We did it for over 30 years and I liked it. And I really felt of service to people. And probably my most favorite thing about it, because I really worked on people's bodies, but I also did a lot of counseling with people because I think I'm naturally a coach. No matter how you look at it, I think I've been doing it my whole life. And as a chiropractor and talking to my clients and helping them heal, it was really important that I spend time with them. So, of course, I never could stay on a schedule because I was always spending so much time with my clients or my patients. But one of the things that happened in my early 50s as I was really deciding and wanting to create something different is that I really wanted to help people do the things I talk to them about all the time about getting healthy. Be it what they put in their mouth, be it how they move their bodies. I really like to talk about that. And it was always a little difficult for me because I didn't have the time to really get into that because of what I was doing, which was fixing people's bodies and spines. So in my early 50s, as I got into coaching and met Martha Beck, and you know my story, I'm not going to get into it, but wow. The way that things have changed, and I know a lot of my podcasts and my videos are all about this time period now because I know that is what you're going through. And I just want you to know that probably in your early 20s is when I made some of my biggest decisions, early 20s about what I wanted to do with my life, late 20s, early 30s, who I wanted to marry, having children. Wherever it is, that was a monumental time going from adolescence to that age. And I also believe that this age, these 50s, is the same type of transition, only you're way smarter because you've got so much more wisdom, but you've got so much more life to live, which is what I'm here to tell you, is you got a lot of life left to live. And you have a lot of choices on how you want to live it. And of course, what I talk about the most when I'm talking through these podcasts is I'm talking to you about what happens when you put food in your mouth, why you eat it, why you're using food for anything other than fuel. But the main reason that I talk about all of that, because I wanted to bring up your true emotions of what's going on and being able to align with them, being able to feel them, and being able to use them to help you create what you really, really want. So, of course, food comes in a lot, bodies come in a lot because, hey, by the time you hit 50, you've probably been through a mind change more than once about what you think of your body, what kind of food you want to put in your mouth, and what's been told to you over the years. So, part of what I want to talk about a lot today, too, is the whole idea of the thoughts that you think now. Many of them are thoughts from your past, and you don't quite realize it. That things that happened in your past, they happened, they're circumstances, you can't change them. But how you think about what happened to you in your past are the thoughts that you have now, especially what people said to you in the past. And one of the things that I heard recently that just made my ears and eyes go up is someone brought up this idea of inheriting thoughts. And here's the funny thing about inheriting thoughts is you know that you can inherit money, you can inherit homes, you can inherit physical things. But maybe you don't realize, I never thought about it until I heard this, that you also inherit thoughts. What people said to you growing up. And I want you to go inside your head right now, and I want you to think about how you talk to yourself and what you believe now, especially because most of you are in the beginning of menopause, in menopause, or in the other end of menopause. That things have been said to you that you don't realize you're still thinking only because somebody said it to you. For instance, the people who are closest to you, like your mother, or your father, or your sisters, or your friends, especially in adolescence. Man, I don't know about you. That was a really difficult time for me, trying to find myself, wanting people to like me, trying to be the way I thought people wanted me to be. And not only that, thinking for the first time that somehow my body and how thin it was somehow was creating this idea of worthiness inside of me. Before that, it never even occurred to me. Maybe because I didn't hear it, maybe I didn't notice it, or I don't know if it was just because of where I was at that people said things to me that really either made me feel terrible, but also I thought that maybe they were actually the real thing, true. So for instance, I know that people said to me things like, oh my gosh, when I was going in 7th grade and getting on the scale, and I think I weighed 100 pounds, and there were girls that weighed less than me. And I remember my mom saying to me things like, the way that your body is when you're thin, those are the girls that get everything. Can you believe that? She didn't really think that she was hurting me when she said that. She was trying to help me. She wanted to make sure that I wasn't putting too much food in my mouth. It's the first time I remember thinking that somehow food had something to do with something other than fuel. And I started restricting myself because I wanted to be a thin girl who got what she wanted. And I remember even things being said through my friends, through our different social groups about what it means to have a certain body and to look a certain way, or how you lived and how it appeared to other people. That it was more important what somebody else thought about you than what you thought about you. I remember when I was in my 40s and 50s, I can remember people saying, 50, those are the balloons that have over the hill on them. I couldn't believe that. But you know what? You hear that enough, you're over the hill. That's kind of like one of those thoughts that's inherited. when you hit 50. I don't think they use them for even the 40s. I think it's the 50s. So here we are in adolescence, and all of a sudden we're being fed thoughts about what our body means to our total worth and to our total success. Just think about these thoughts. Think about what somebody might have said to you, what your mom said, what your dad said, or what your sister said. Oh my gosh, I can think of so many other things. But my worthiness got connected to it because of what people said to me. And those thoughts stayed with me for a very, very long time. And I call those thoughts inherited thoughts, just like you can inherit anything. But you know what? You can inherit a house and then you can sell it. You can inherit anything, but you can give it away. You can get rid of it if you don't want it. Same thing here. If you have thoughts in your head that do not resonate with you, or I coach so many women who tell me things about what they remember about their past and what they make it mean about themselves because somebody said, oh, you're the strong one. Oh, you're the weak one. Oh, you're the pretty one. Oh, you're the smart one. As if that meant something. And what did you do when you took it and ran with it? Are you making the kind of life that you want? That's the question that I want to ask you. I want you to go deep into your head. If you have a coach, this is a great thing. I'm sure a coach would point this out to you all the time. I'm a coach. I point it out to my clients all the time, and they don't even realize that it's just a thought that somebody said to them. They took it as their own and believed it, and they've brought it up through the years all the way into their 50s. And I'm telling you, if you know it, if you've heard something, and it doesn't help you, especially when it comes to your body and weight, you know your body doesn't make you anything other than what size clothes you wear. What size clothes you wear. That's it. Right? And I don't have very many clients that can actually even look at themselves in the mirror and think they're beautiful, no matter what they weigh. Or maybe you were led to believe or grew up believing that what you weighed had something to do with your own worthiness. And you took it with you all the way up to this age. This is what I'm going to ask you to do today. Go back and think about those. What thoughts are you inherited? What have you inherited that do not serve you anymore? And I know you can give them away. You don't have to sell them. You can just give them away. You can let them go, or you can just drop them. Because this is what I want to tell you, sweetheart. You are beautiful beyond measure. You are worthy just because you are here. And there is nobody or no person that can tell you otherwise unless you believe them. And you know what? I want you to be able to tell yourself what you've been always longing to hear. Don't wait for somebody else to say it to you. You're in your 50s and you're waiting for something. This is your opportunity to give it to yourself. Tell yourself what you most want to hear, whatever it is. And then I want you to practice this. I want you to go and look in the mirror every day for 1 minute. And 1 minute is a long time when you're looking in your own eyes. But I want you to look in the mirror and look into your eyes and tell yourself, I love you. And I want you to look until you can kind of feel it in your heart. If you can feel your heart warm when you tell yourself that you love you. And you don't have to earn it. You don't have to lose more weight. You don't have to fit into a different size clothes. All of those thoughts, all of those things that have been fed to you, you do not have to keep. They are yours to give away. And I want to be the first person to say to you, no matter what else you do this week, give away that which does not belong to you. Anything that you've inherited that doesn't make you feel like $1,000,000, give it away. Let it go. And start creating what you want to hear. Start creating it by saying it to yourself. You are beautiful beyond measure. You are worthy just because you're here. You are amazing. I love saying that to myself. I want you to practice it. I am amazing. And then I want you to start coming up with the reasons of why you are amazing. You can do it. Because if you're waiting for somebody else to come out of the woodwork to tell you, you're going to be waiting a long time, because the only way you're ever going to believe any of this anyway is when you believe it yourself. So that's what I want you to do this week. Thoughts that don't serve you, thoughts that you've inherited, those that are not working for you, let them go. Start creating the type of thoughts that you would want to hear. And sweetheart, look in the mirror, look into your eyes, and tell yourself how much you love you and how you deserve all the good things that life has to offer. You don't have to do one drop more to get it. It's yours. And you know I would never end this podcast ever without telling you this, because it goes along with everything else I'm talking about today. No matter where else you go or what else you do today, please, please, please be very, very kind to yourself. And when you look in the mirror and see that beautiful woman, just tell her how much you love her. Bye-bye, and I'll see you next week. If you're loving my podcast and you would like some more information to be able to follow along with, then please go to drdebbutler.com/change, and you can get a free copy of my companion book that goes with this podcast that I refer to in many different episodes. That is drdebbutler.com/change, CHANGE.